The simple logic behind climate change. Our leaders in government and in industry have no incentive to tell the public bad news. Climate change is bad news, but bad news doesn't get you votes, and it doesn't increase profits. That is why the public has been led to believe that climate change is a manageable inconvenience and sustainability is an achievable goal. Neither of these statements are true. In order to understand what is actually happening, all you need to do is follow the simple logic. The only reason we have any civilization of any kind is because early man developed agriculture. The only reason we have agriculture is because climate calmed down and the weather became more predictable. The only reason the weather became more predictable is because there was less thermal energy in the atmosphere. Thermal energy drives the weather system. More thermal energy, more extreme weather. Less thermal energy, less extreme weather. The only reason there was less thermal energy is because there was less carbon, CO2, in the atmosphere. Carbon traps the long-wave thermal radiation. The more thermal energy, the more extreme weather. The only reason there was less carbon in the atmosphere is because a small portion of it was converted into fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are carbon that has been taken out of the atmosphere and out of the carbon cycle. If CO2 was continuously removed from the atmosphere and converted to fossil fuels without any carbon being replaced, then the Earth would eventually cool until it froze over from pole to pole, which it has previously done at least once in the Earth's history. In order for industrial-scale agriculture to continue and our species to survive, a specific ratio, the carbon ratio, must be maintained between the amount of carbon removed from the atmosphere naturally and the amount of carbon put back into the atmosphere by human activity. It is physically impossible to alter the carbon ratio and expect agriculture and life as we know it to continue. It doesn't matter how much or how fast carbon is put back into the atmosphere. Once fossil fuels are combusted, the damage is done. The carbon ratio needed for this civilization to continue has been changed forever. If the amount of carbon on the Earth is finite and the carbon ratio is changed, then there can be no sustainability. To prevent otherwise is immoral, clearly unethical, and technically illegal.